Hello live! Matt here with Final Fantasy XIV Online for Nintendo Switch 2. Part 15! At ayun, congested kaya ito naghihintay tayo ngayon para makapasok sa server pero just give it a few seconds here and there and we'll be on the game na. Ayan, and we're here. Ayan, what do you know? So ito na yung part 15 ng Final Fantasy XIV Online. Let's play! So I was in the middle of something, so since I'm already here, ito na yung gagawin ko. Doblin's wounds indicate that it was felled with a hammer. A trail of bloody footprints leads to the north. I don't think it's been dead long. Maybe whoever did it is still around? And we got our resident Final Fantasy character, Gilgamesh. Basilisk's wounds indicate that it was felled with a hammer. A trail of bloody footprints leads to the north. A single blow to the head. Impressive. The Doblin, the Basilisk, and this Ahriman all were slain with a hammer, as was that beast over yonder, unless I am mistaken. That chimera must be his latest prize, which means he must be still about. Mayhap he is watching us at the very moment, attempting to ascertain our intentions. He was ever a cautious man when on the hunt. Alas, it comes to this, though every fiber of my being cries out in rebellion. I must break my oath and do the unspeakable. What must you do that is so terrible? I must dance. I'm a Manderville man, doing what only a Manderville can. From the peaks of Kerthus to Thanalan, Manderville man. I cannot avert mine eyes. That that is the dance of House Manderville, passed down from father to son. Were I to perform it within sight of our quarry, he would not be able to resist revealing himself. Alas, I neglected to properly stretch my legs beforehand. My good man, I see no other solution. You must dance in my stead, though it be gross. Nay, unconscionable violation of my family's tradition. I must bequeath to you the Manderville. Okay, let's do this. Okay, I've learned the Manderville dance. Are you really going to do the Manderville? Oh, I can't wait. Manderville men. The time has come for you to do what only Manderville can. We are siblings now, my constant comrade, for I have shared with you the secrets of House Manderville. Now you must use that knowledge. Go to the fallen chimera and dance like only a Manderville can. Oh my god, here I am going to embarrass myself. Fancy yourself a Manderville man. You would do what only a Manderville can. Then lift your legs and put up your hands. Be a Manderville man. He comes. Ito yung tatay. Ho ho ho, you have naught to fear from me, not at all. The only accounts I came to settle were with the chimera. Okay now. Godbert, but you were not drawn here by some coincidence, were you? No, you came in search of me, Godbert. Why else would you gyrate your hips in such a gentlemanly fashion if not that? Wait, I know you. He of strong yet tender fingers. But more importantly, how in the hells did you learn the Manderville? If I did not teach you, then who? By the grace of Tha, what sorcery is this? He yet lives? What the heck is happening? Hildebard, Heliodor, Manderville. 10 years, Hildebrand. 10 years since you left home, and 5 since I learned of your trip to Dalamud. How long were you planning to allow your mother and father to suffer under the illusion that their beloved son was dead? Son, you are Hildy's father? Godbert the goldsmith's a Manderville man, smithing as only a Manderville can. Oil him up and give him a tan fit for a Manderville man. Oh my gosh! Please, father, cease your undulations at once. There are more pressing matters at hand. This antique vase must be made whole once more for the sake of Miss Maria. Ha! Do not worry, little one. I deal with worse cases before my morning bowel movement. That's crazy. Hold your applause until the end. By God, guide my hammer. Look how it sparkles in the twilight, how it radiates elegance. Would you all not agree that this is a work of art? You have completely destroyed a priceless antique's historical value. Nonsense. I have taken a dull, unremarkable vase and transformed it into something far superior. I hope you were paying attention, Hildy. How long has it been since you last held a hammer? Father, that's not my path. I am an agent of inquiry, an inspector. It is my duty to help those in need. Miss Maria is one such person. There are others too. Innocent people whose weapons were callously ripped off from their hands by a thieving duelist. I thought you had put away childish dreams. No matter, you will understand in due time. No, I will not. I'm an inspector, father. I can be naught else. Mr. Godbert, sir, I don't think my mother's going to like what you did. She probably won't let Mr. Hildebrand help with the investigation. We cannot say that for certain, can we? Mayhap she will take a liking to this reimagining. You spoke of a thieving duelist, did you not? It so happens I am something of a duelist myself. We were to cross paths with this fellow. I would welcome the opportunity to pit my skills against his, and Kido as well, the green chicken, I should think. I see you too possess a strong sense of justice. Full glad I am to have met you, Greg. Now, let us return to Vesper Bay and see how our vase is received. Vesper Bay, you say? What a coincidence. I shall be traveling there on business once I have finished gathering materials. Oh, I think I might have seen the demon bird which took my weapon. Go on without me. I shall follow anon. What is happening? Summon the goldsmith. I hope she likes it. Mother, I brought you the vase. By the gods, have you all no shame? How dare you make my daughter complicit in your chicanery? I don't know where you found this gaudy trash, but it bears no resemblance whatsoever to the vase I purchased. Now see here, Lady 𝙵𝙽𝙽, not only did you send Maria to fetch your priceless vase alone, placing her in inconsiderable danger should bandits or wild beasts attack, which they did, but... gaudy trash? Lord Manderville, sir, I did not realize you had arrived. Though I know it is nothing compared to the lavish accommodations an esteemed gentleman such as yourself must enjoy, I pray my humble abode meets with your satisfaction? Oh, it does, my lady. It does indeed, especially that exquisite vase over yonder. Although I gather from your previous comments that you do not like my reconstruction. Your reconstruction? Oh, I don't like it. I love it. I would go as far as to call it a new centerpiece of my Thorn Dynasty collection. Ah, what a relief. I would have been most distressed had you said otherwise. We Mandervilles do so take pride in our work and ever strive for professional perfection. Oh, but why am I repeating what my son Hildebrand doubtless told you when he offered to investigate the duelist's threats? Enough expository banter, I say. I cannot recall if your son used those precise words, but I do remember thinking that his help would be most welcome. You will be helping us, Inspector Hildebrand, will you not? Wait a minute, your father is Lord Godbert Manderville? The man who took Aeolon Quiveron's seat on the Syndicate? It appears there have been a great many developments over the past 10 years of which I was completely unaware. In any case, we must redirect our energies towards the investigation of the thieving duelist. Our first order of business will be to review all the facts with consenting Inspector 𝙵𝙸𝙽𝙽. Where is he at, then? Why are you still here? Allow me to elucidate. Lady 𝙵𝙽𝙽 has asked that we assist with the investigation. Now, kindly share with us all your information. Fine, our plans have advanced to a stage that even you could not ruin them anyway. I commissioned several reproductions of the 3D blade through a merchant named 𝙵𝙰𝙽𝙽, who traffics in counterfeit antiques. These blades have been delivered to the observatorium, where they are being distributed amongst Lady 𝙵𝙽𝙽's sellswords. Once I give the order, they will transport them via alternate routes to Vesper Bay. Oh, I think I get it. You're hiding the real transport with a bunch of decoys, right? They're all decoys. The moment the thief strikes, all our forces will converge on his location, including those disguised as small folk along each route. The real 3D blade will remain in the original owner's vault until the thief has been apprehended. Everything has been accounted for. You are superfluous. Ay, nako. Mayhap we could use more small folk to watch the roads in and out of the observatorium, assuming you have the capacity to conduct yourself in an unassuming fashion. Fear not, my fellow inspector, for I am a master of disguise. Have you any information regarding the duelist himself? A description? You never thought to ask Humphrey, did you? The thief is said to be a towering brute dressed in red who wields a halberd. Huh? That's Gilgamesh. Ha ha ha, a man so garishly dressed should be easy to find in snowy Kurthas. Then I suppose we don't need your help after all, do we? Come or don't, I couldn't care less. Be seeing you. Pray forgive my lateness. Greg, my good man, what a pleasure to see you again. We just received new information regarding the weapon thief. A victim described him as a halberd-wielding brute dressed in... It's Gilgamesh. A ridiculous outfit. A ridiculous outfit? Oh, now I'm intrigued. What reasons would a warrior have for wearing impractical clothing? Ha, what reasons indeed. It is enough to make a gentleman laugh. Ang daming event. Inspector Hildebrand would have you accompany him to Kurthas. The three collectors. Allow me to summarize our current plan of action. Our destination is the observatorium, and our mission is to pose as goodly small folk, in accordance with Inspector Briardion's instructions. Naturally, should the situation demand improvisation, we are to disregard those instructions. Any questions? No? Then let us sally forth at once. Puno na naman yung pera ko. Hail to thee, fellow servant of justice. I take it you are one of the many tasked with transporting a counterfeit treaty blade? Clearly, you've mistaken me for someone else, sir. At ease, Sergeant. They are with us. More small folk. Keep an eye on them or else. But sir, I... Bugger me. Don't you bloody move until I get back. I say, is this land always so inhospitable? The biting winds, the endless snows. Mayhap keeping active will help me to stay warm. Oh, and should I chance to find a thieving duelist, I will of course summon you after administering the requisite beating. Si Gilgamesh yung hinahanap nila. Good, you're still here. Wasn't there someone else with you a moment ago? Ah, you speak of Greg. He ventured outside the gates mere moments before your arrival. Full eager to catch the thief as are we. Come, Nashu, we too must answer the call of duty. You look like you might actually be useful. Why don't you have a word with my man near the east gates? We're undermanned over there. You see that just now? No? I don't think my eyes were playing tricks on me, but there's only one way to be sure. You wait here. Inspector, over there! Look! What is it, Nashu? Pray tell me what you see. Aha, I see you, demon bird. You will not escape me this time. Why, hello there, my friends. Is Autumnus? Oh, it's just Greg. For a moment, I thought you might have spotted our thief. Come, Nashu, we have lingered here over long. We must egress post-haste. There is naught out of the ordinary here either. No luck, We have scoured every elm of this area to no avail. I can only conclude that, having learned that his opponent was to be the legendary Inspector Hildebrand, the duelist renounced his criminal ways and retreated into hiding. Or perhaps he is waiting patiently outside the walls for more wagons to leave. That being said, should you decide to venture into the wilderness, you had best arm yourself with more than your wits. I appreciate your concern, Miss Ellie, but a gentleman should abstain from violence unless absolutely necessary. I'll fight for you, Inspector. I even found a weapon to use. By the 12, is that the self-same spear which propelled me to the Red Boon? Wherever did you find it? It was buried in the snow. Well, one cannot ignore the will of destiny. Return it to me, Nashu. Though I will still endeavor to find fisticuffs, I will be duly armed should worst come to worst. Now then, we begin our search for the duelist to the east of the observatorium. What the hell is happening in this game? Take your post, my good man, and entrust your safety to me. Inspector Hildebrand is ready for battle. Wherefore art thou, my nefarious nemesis? 'Twas not the self-same creature, but one of many. Nevertheless, I know that my weapon is close by. You sense it too, don't you? This game's hilarious as fuck. Greg, I've been meaning to ask, why do you covet this weapon so? If you beheld it, you would understand. In some ways, it bore resemblance to a spear, but in other respects, it was quite different. It was crowned with a magnificent axe blade, to which was welded a musket barrel. Was one of the first weapons I added to my collection after arriving in these lands. Ah, how I yearn to reclaim it, the strongest of spears. That weapon of yours bears a striking resemblance to the strongest of spears. I claimed this weapon 5 years ago. Surely you can't be serious. Urgh, now you call me Shirley? Don't matter. Give it to me. Give it to me. This spear and I have traveled together to the very heavens. I will not relinquish it again. This spear and I have bested many a man together. I will not relinquish it again. Then we are at an impasse. This game is hilarious. What is happening? I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm saying this, but well done, Inspector. Thanks to you, we've caught the weapon thief in the act. Miss Ellie, you are grossly misreading our dispute. Greg is a good, honest man who I am certain has never stolen a weapon in his life. Indeed, I have not. Every weapon I have claimed was by rights mine. Each was a trophy for besting my opponent in a single combat. I believe that constitutes a confession. Seize him! A confession to what? I have done not wrong. Bah, you're all beyond reason. Ah, yes. My plan to secure Greg's confession was utterly flawless, and his capture will be the coup de grace. While my plan is thus far flawless, Griffin Crossing is still impassable. I know who you are, even if that imbecile doesn't, so let's not mince words. Only you had the skill to face the duelist in battle. Even so, your strength alone will likely not suffice. I suggest you muster what allies you can. Okay, I have to use the Joy-Cons now because this Pro Controller is drifting like really bad. Nashu, Miss Ellie. Ah, my good man. It is a relief to hear your footfalls. As you have doubtless deduced, I was unable to prevent Greg from escaping through the doors. I must leave the rest to you. Yes, it was I behind these doors the whole time. You took so long to arrive. I was getting worried you might have gotten lost. Long did I wonder what your role in this play was. A silent guardian, content to watch events unfold with minimal interaction. At the last, I understand. We were fated to duel, you and I. Best me and you may have the sphere. Fail and your weapons are forfeit. Fair terms, do you not think? I will even extend them to your allies. Kai, I grant you leave to summon others. After all, it will avail you no advantage. For Gilgamesh, it is embiggening time. Battle on the big bridge. And now we wait. Okay, time skip, let's go.
your favorite? I admit it. Fighting all later is just too much for me. Not? Ha! I lied! Empathy! Why, I've been hurt! This is far from the strongest of spears. I feel so betrayed. Goodness gracious. I, just remembered something. Oh, I must say, I quite enjoy these tussles. I feel we've gained an understanding. And understanding, I will pound you silly! Aha! Rocket punch!
No, 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 no.
Rocket punch! I won't go down so easily. Well then. That's enough of a beating for now.
What is happening? Alone yet still armed. In any case, he seems satisfied with the halberd. We will proceed with the delivery. Ah, this is more magnificent than I imagined. It will make a fine addition to my collection. And with that, our business is concluded. Cheers, everyone. I genuinely mean that in your case, by the way. All's well that ends well, right, Inspector? Though it's a shame that Greg turned out to be the thief. There you are, Inspector 𝙵𝙸𝙽𝙽. Why did you not wait for me at the docks? Why are you all staring at me so? Oh, never mind that. Where is my treaty blade? But didn't we just give you the treaty blade? Oh my gosh, that's so gross. His face fell off. Disguise yourself as the client and let the treaty blade come to you. Take advantage of an existing situation to distract us from the real crime. Brilliant. The man in red never spoke of the treaty blade, only the halberd. Moreover, he always issued his challenges in person. Dear gods, isn't it obvious? What is it like in your funny little brains? It must be so boring. If the man in red, Gilgamesh, did not send the challenge, then who did? I believe this is addressed to me, condescending Inspector 𝙵𝙸𝙽𝙽. Piss off. 400 years have I slept, 1,000 faces do I wear. What is yours will be mine, and I shall come to claim the Lapis Maiden's virtue. A many-faced phantom thief. Interesting. So we have Joker now here too. The design and the wording are of the same before. The design and the wording are the same as before. The thief who stole the treaty blade sent this. Very well. I, and I alone, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, once more accept your challenge. You want a challenge, huh? Stand and face me, you buffoon. That's funny. How dare you all laugh at a time like this, after allowing my precious treaty blade to be stolen. And you, Maria. Well, I suppose it's a little funny, isn't it? The two of them dashing to and from a pair of gentlemen mummers. You know, it's been far too long since we've seen a show. We should head into a city later, just you and me. Not bad, Hildy. Not bad at all. You are indeed a Manderville man. Oh, siya pala yun. Interesting. Hala. The fiend dares I lay claim to their fair maidens. I see the jealous hilarious. Hey, what's with the goggles those men were wearing? They look special. Maybe if I ask nicely, they'll give me a pair. I guess we'll find out next time. Next time ka na, girl. I'm gonna do something else. The price of principles. Minfilia. The price of principles. Minfilia appears to be lost in thought. Mateo, it pleases me to see you well. Hello, Tataru. Do excuse me for interrupting, Mateo. My lady, the gentleman from Ashigana Exports has just left. I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tataru. Please inform the guards that we will not be receiving any further guests this afternoon. Thank you, my lady. Ta-ta! Ever since we defeated Gaius van Baelsar and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world have followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tataru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, it was with the goal of serving Eorzea, not the interests of individual Eorzeans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this is to be true, and yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do the greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Baldesian colleagues have been generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to. Forgive me, I did not mean to burden you so. It's fine. Yet my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. Might I impose upon you to consult the others? They are like to have their own opinions on this matter. I'll try. Okay. Recall you our meeting with the Admiral shortly after the Luminsans sent word of the summoning of Titan? Then mayhap you also recall my words to our host. I said unto the Admiral that her people had broken their treaty with the kobolds, and that the beastmen had justly responded, that we have been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited. I spoke in short the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Because owing no allegiance to Limsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Luminsans to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolved them of guilt. Upon this subject, Minfilia can expect a similar reply. Our many dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. Fortune begets power, and power fortune. That we, and especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is, what to do with it? You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief amongst the refugees that Alamigo could be liberated, if only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. We stand at the crossroads, Mateo. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear. No one can deny that we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles, neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Ul'Dah now. and have done with it. I'm quite sure Ida would enjoy the bribes. I have been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papalimo keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know? Tis the lot of the powerful to attract the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those with power proffer aid with one hand, whilst the other resteth ever on their hilt. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioners' machinations. Nay, not while the beast tribes do labor unseen, defiant in defeat, to raise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not that they shall return, stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few, and our fortune so finite. This situation is not wholly unexpected. I too have given much thought to our organization's future. Wait, magsisneeze ako. Nawala. Though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap this is the time I made my feelings known. Mayhap it is time I made my feelings known to the antecedent. Come along, Matteo. Alfino, Matteo, is aught amiss? You desired counsel, and so you shall have it. Minfilia, the scions of the seventh dawn must leave Ul'Dah. We must do what? So long as we remain within Ul'Dah territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an aetheryte. They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause. Which is why it and other favors will be denied us unless we cooperate. If Ul'Dah is no longer suitable, where would you have us go? Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length and plant our banner in a place which all agree to be beyond their borders. Mordona. Revenant's Toll, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of an additional benefit, it is also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Ul'Dah and her people over the years. But I truly believe this is to be the best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Ul'Dah is our home, Alfino. To cast aside everything we have built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decision is yours to make, antecedent. I ask only that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found the Path of the 12 ere that. We aspire to an ideal. You and I, just as my grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are as much your family as... That would be all, Alphino. I'm sure you have some familial affairs for your own to attend to. Your concern is most generous, but no, I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I could not very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all. Moving on. Once again, Minfilia appears to be lost in thought. Leave Ul'Dah? Has it truly come to this? Oh, Mateo, pray attend to Alphino. He is engaged in some business or other and requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alphino awaits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time. Gawin ko muna to lahat para matapos na. Okay, time skip. Nagawa ko na yung mga quests na kailangan gawin. The seas have carried you back to me, I see. I've caught wind of my erstwhile mate's triumph and your contributions as well. You'd have made for a fine pirate yourself, aye. Bring the pirates together with promises of treasure and glory. That's the 𝙵𝙸𝙽𝙽, eh? And from what I hear, it's already caught the ear of many a buccaneer. 𝙵𝙸 and I go back a ways. We do. We were comrades, friends, and even more than that on occasion, if memory serves. I've got nothing but respect for the man, but building a proper army out of old buccaneers won't be easy. Any idea he comes up with, you can bet the admiral's already had it. Treasure and glory are all well and good, but do you know what truly calls a pirate to the open sea? Freedom, and that's something that the maelstrom can never offer. But I can only hope that others of me kind answer the call. Aye. Then, only then, can I be sure that my decision to part with me yellow jacket comrades was the right one. Ah, Mateo, so good of you to return. Tales of your deeds precede you. Knowing Lim Salominsa lay in good hands allowed us to tend to matters of import elsewhere, but I'm relieved to have you back with us all the same. Much work remains for the realm. Friend, I had my doubts that even one of your talents could win over the you. Once again, you have proven yourself capable of tasks that would make an ordinary adventurer shrink in fear. You have given hope and courage to all here, myself most of all. Rest assured that we shall not squander the opportunity you have given us. For my comrades, for my realm, and for a new dawn, for I shall stand tall and fight. I need the grip for this. Confound it, she knows what must be done and she still hesitates. All because of these fanciful rumors. I should explain. Minfilia's mother, well, adopted mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Philomin was her name, though you may know her better as the songstress of Ul'Dah. She was a performer of singular talent and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Sharlayan minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Minfilia too struggled at first to accept the truth, but as Philomin's absence stretched for months into years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate, for whatever reason, rumors have once again begun to circulate that Philomin is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Eliud, has sent word that a woman matching the songstress's description has been seen of late at the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. If we could succeed in tracking her down, I have no doubt that any worries that now plague Minfilia's heart might be assuaged. I mean to set forth for La Nosea at once. Let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Gegeruju as to the vicinity of these rumors. Vicinity? Veracity? Oh, sweet siren of the sands, my Mikote muse, why have you forsaken me? Titan's Bane, I mean Mateo, what brings you to my humble resort? Philomene, you mean to tell me the goddess made flesh who dwelt among us until so very recently was the songstress of Ul'Dah? Egods, man, if I had known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. Oh, for shame, to think that she now plies her trade for the riffraff off to the west wherever she said she was going. It's a tragedy, I say, a tragedy. West, is it? Thank you, Master 𝙵𝙬𝙽. Your information will serve us well. That said, there are any number of places she could be. I shall begin my search by the docks and see if any witnesses might have some knowledge to spare. I would be most appreciative if you could travel to the wine port and do the same. Eh? You want to know if I've seen a Mikote lass by the name of Philomene? I wish. I haven't seen a lass of any description for far too bloody long. Well, if it isn't Mateo, the savior of Wineport, to what do we owe the pleasure? Ah, yes, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold. To give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly, I had no choice but to eject her from the premises, interfering with tastings, you understand. If she is your quarry, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say he could smell her from 10. I see you have had many grand adventures since we last spoke, Mateo. You must share them with me sometime. The girl from a little while ago? One does not forget a perfume like that, so robust and intoxicating, yet simultaneously familiar. Reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south into Raincatcher Gully and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. If you make haste, you may yet find her there. I'm in your debt, stranger. I did not realize my activities had aroused the Gubu's ire until it was too late. Their oils can be used to make a perfume, you see, and Philamin? I'm. I don't. Who are you? Whom do you serve? It appears you've already found our woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. The songstress of Ul'Dah, I presume? Minfilia, or should I say Asilia, is looking for you. Asilia? You are the very picture of health, my lady, yet the world thinks you dead. I can only conclude that this was by design. The question is, why? Not everyone who endeavors to find me does so with the best intentions, child. You will be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Minfilia when the time is right. Oh, well, that does please me. More than you know, but tell me, sojourns in the forest of Lanosea aside, when exactly will be... I can't read. What the hell? Oh, well, that does please me, more than you know. But tell me, sojourns in the forest of Lanosea aside, when exactly will the time be right? When I deem it so. Do you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further? My apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we all have that which we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? Wine port, say? This is not at all how I had envisioned it. I can scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Minfilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. All things in time. Philamin has made her peace with and is ready to reunite with her adopted daughter. You say my daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay, yes? I have kept her waiting long enough. Let us be off on the next ferry. I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way. Understood. Come with me. It would be my pleasure to escort you to the Waking Sands. Antecedent, you have a guest. Lamin. Asilia. I haven't seen her like this in years, Mateo. I never truly believed it when they told me you were dead, but what kept you away for so long? The Imperials came for me, as I always knew they would, and so I resolved to stay afar. So I resolved to stay as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endanger you and our cause. I could think of no better way to grant you the freedom to continue our work. And continue it you did, achieving things I would not have imagined possible. I followed your every success and celebrated in secret. I'm so proud of you, Asilia. I learned from the best. I have a gift for you. Ďalšia perfume. You remembered. How could I ever forget? You wore it all the time. If I ever lost sight of you, I could find you again just by following my nose. I did not think it was made anymore. You must have gone to so much trouble. It was no trouble to me, darling. I fear I cannot say the same for Mateo. However, I could not have made it without him. Thank you, Mateo. Thank you both. There's something else. This is the cat's eye I found. All these years you kept it. My father was a member of the Alamigan resistance. When I was yet a child, he brought me here to Ul'Dah. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was Lamin who took care of me then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I needed to know to survive. I am no stranger to the facts of your history, yet I fear I have failed to grasp their implications. It is clear that there is much I do not know about you and your mother both. One of her first lessons to me concerned mining, and I was a very dedicated student. This cat's eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, of course, but it was exceedingly proud. It wasn't much, of course, but it was exceedingly proud to have found it nonetheless. So I gave it to Lamin as a gift. She said it was beautiful, but there I am at a loss. Why are you returning this to me? Is something amiss? No, Asila, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you've come, and how much further you must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I could ever have hoped. You have succeeded where I failed, and made me so proud that the words fail me. But even as I marvel at the woman you have become, and all the many things you have done, I cannot help but think of that which you have yet to do, and of what it may entail. Asilia, daughter, you cannot stay here anymore. You and the Scions must leave Ul'Dah. Lamin, You built it once, Asilia. You can build it again, and this time we'll do it together. Really? Alphino, the time has come for the Scions to leave Vesper Bay. We shall establish a new headquarters in Revenant's Toll as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow Scions and send word to the students of 𝙵𝙸𝙽𝙽. Preparations begin at once. Laying the foundation. Minfilia would share with you the latest news on the Scion's imminent relocation. It is all well and good that we have found ourselves a new home in Revenant's Toll, but there is so much to be done, and in so little time. Our first step will be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild representatives there. Were it not for the Guild's considerable efforts, the original Camp Revenant's Toll would have never been established, much less its more heavily fortified successor. However, with construction still ongoing and resources in short supply, it seems certain that the Guild will require something in return for their support, sympathetic to our cause though may be. Whatever they ask, I shall not begrudge it. To be plain, we need them more than they need us. Without their assistance, such essential tasks as securing new facilities, cultivating relationships with local merchants, and recruiting adventurers would prove difficult, if not impossible. You need not concern yourself with such matters, antecedent. Really, Alphino, if I need concern myself with anything, it is surely matters such as these. Indirectly, perhaps, I submit that you might instead concern yourself with a different matter, namely to whom the resolution of such matters might best be entrusted. And here I am, nor do I come alone. May I present the esteemed emissary of the Adventurers Guild at Revenant's Toll. It is an honor, antecedent. Upon receiving word of your intentions from Master Alphino, we thought it best to begin talks at the earliest available opportunity. Know that my associates at Revenant's Toll holds the Scions of the Seventh Dawn in the highest regard. We should be honored to welcome your organization. There are, of course, certain provisions which must needs be negotiated. If it pleases you, I would do so. It does. Sir, unless I'm much mistaken, you are the one known as Mateo, are you not? May I say what a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance. Slaffborn spoke of you in the most glowing terms. To steal an Imperial Reaper and then use it to infiltrate a Garlean castrum is an undertaking a few would contemplate, and a fewer still survive. You shall always be welcome at Revenant's Toll. We hope you will favor us with your presence again ere long. Well, well, it would seem your reputation precedes you, Mateo. Mayhap I should dispatch you to Revenant's toll with all haste as first intended. But before that, I dare say you have earned yourself a rest. After all, you have traveled so far, and there's already so much you have done for us and for me. We will speak again anon. Till then, take care. Ah, Mateo, were you able to get some rest? I would ask you to come with me to the Solar. Alfino has just returned, and it would seem there is something he would share with us. You're here? Good. I come bearing news. The negotiations are concluded. And our friends at the Adventurers Guild would have agreed to furnish us with new facilities and material support in exchange for our assistance in the ongoing defense and development of Revenant's Toll. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn shall have a new home in Mordona, the Rising Stones. Oh, nice. A bittersweet victory, if truth be told. I cannot deny that I had come to look forward. Sorry, nabahing ako. I cannot deny that I had come to look forward to Tataru's tales of our many guests and their many, many demands. From the waking sands to the rising stones, passably poetic. That wasn't your doing, was it? Oh, it's 𝙵𝙸𝙽𝙽. I too have news to share. In expectation of this momentous day, I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans, and they have each pledged their full support, General Reborn included. Moreover, I have decided that the time is right for us to cast off the vestiges of our order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world. Are you sure that is wise, antecedent? If anything, it is a mere formality. Our existence is quite possibly the worst kept secret in Eorzea. Let us affirm our identity, proclaim our achievements, that all may know what the Scions of the Seventh Dawn stand for. Well, obvious risks apart, it would be nice to receive a little more recognition. And the people have a right to know who saved them. It is my hope that this gesture will encourage the people of Eorzea to place their trust in us. I would reveal to them the true extent of our power, yes, but in so doing, I would show them that it is a power accountable to no one and at once to all. And what of us? We who have felled Primals and faced down the Empire, to you, my fellow Scions, I would say this. Prepare for the challenges which lie ahead, and for they will be great indeed. Great, I say, yet no greater than us, and we will rise to them as we have time and again, united as one. There must be some way I can. Wait, that area is said to be rich in minerals. Maybe I should ask Philaming to teach me the basics of mining too. Do you ever wonder how he does it? Alfino, I mean. It was almost predictable that he should appear with an emissary of the Adventurers Guild mere moments after I had expressed the need to forge ties between our organizations. Truly, his sense of timing rivals even your own. Setting such mysteries aside for the present, I have a task for you. I would like you to deliver these documents to Slaffborn. They concern our forthcoming move. Do take care on the road and represent us well, Mateo. I was told to expect a scion, but I didn't expect it to be you. It has been far too long, Mateo. You have something for me, yes? Let's see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. You'll be staying with us for a while, yes? Would that we had a dozen more like you. Since we don't though, we'll just give you the work of a dozen men. Heh, I just. It is possibly a primal. Back to do the work of a dozen men, I see. Ha, but I jest. Even I can appreciate that an important man such as yourself has little time for menial tasks. But since you're here, mayhap you'd be keen on having a look around the Science's new home. See that impressive structure over there? That's the place. It was originally built to house a branch of the guild, you see. As such, it comes complete with a tavern where adventurers can rest from the road, fill their bellies with good food and drink, and their ears with tales of fortunes to be had about the realm. It may get a bit raucous at times, but I imagine it'll be as good of a place as any to recruit capable men and women to your cause. Come with me, I'll show you around. Is that you, Mateo? I'm quite sorry to interrupt, but I have most urgent news. We have received grim tidings from Gridania, and it would appear our aid is required at once. I must ask you to report back to the Waking Sands with all due haste. Is everything quite all right, friend? I can't say I'm privy to the details, but it would appear that this is no time for a leisurely tour. But no worries, you can rest assured that I'll see to all necessary arrangements. Pray return anytime after you have seen to your more pressing matters. A messenger from the Twin Adder came to the Waking Sands while you were in Mordona. I wasn't privy to his conversation with the antecedent, but I did see the look on her face after he took his leave. Something is definitely amiss. Could it be that the next exile have summoned Garuda again, or mayhap Imperial forces have sighted within the shroud? Well, whatever it may be, I'm absolutely certain it's nothing you cannot handle. Now go and ask the antecedent if there's anything you can do. I knew this day would come, yet I prayed it would not come so soon. We have reason to believe that another primal, or an entity resembling one, has been summoned in Gridania. Thine arrival is customarily timely, Matteo. The etheric waves leave little room for doubt. Thy talents will be needed ere long. If there be truth in my suspicions, 'tis a familiar foe we face, though one quite unlike the Lady of the Vortex. We dare not draw conclusions without evidence, but as Urianger says, the readings bear a strong resemblance to the ones observed more than 5 years ago. Though I had hoped the Mughals guard beyond such follies. Suffice to say, this disturbance warrants a full investigation. Thy presence had been requested by Commander Hulua. He awaiteth thee at the Adder's Nest. Pray hasten to Gridania, Matteo. Ida and Papalimo will rendezvous with you there. May you walk in the light of the crystal. A pleasure to see you as always. Thank you for answering my summons. Quite frankly, I could not think of no one more qualified to... But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Allow me to explain. Hail to the King Kupo. Vorsail Hulua wishes to brief you on the latest crisis in Gridania. Not long ago, the Mughal Kuplokop visited the Adder's Nest to request an audience with Elder Seedseer. He spoke of an imminent threat to all Mughal kind, one which would imperil the entire Twelveswood if left unchecked. You proved an able ambassador to the Sylphs, and we would have you reprise the role in our dealings with the Mughals. The rest you should hear from Kuplokop himself. He awaits you with the Elder Seedseer at the Lotus Stand. The other scions have already arrived, sir. May I show you in? Please, you have to stop them. But you mustn't kill them. They're not bad Mughals, Kupo. They're just misguided. A gentle, no, firm thrashing is in order. Yes, but no. Calm yourself, Kuplakop. Can you not see that he hasn't the faintest idea what you're talking about? Be quiet this instant. Pray forgive his witless outburst, sister. Most grateful I am to you. Most grateful am I that you have come, Matteo, and upon such short notice. Truly, Gridania could not wish for a more stalwart ally. But you are doubtless eager to know wherefore we summoned you. Our friend Kuplakop has brought us news of a most unsettling development. It would seem that good King Mughal the 12th has returned to Eorzea. A curious thing to hear, I know. Truth to tell, I myself cannot say for sure if he is a genuine figure from history or some manifestation of Mughal mythology. Kupla here would have me believe the former. Once upon a time, we Mughals served the gods in the heavens. It was quite nice up there, unspeakably beautiful, unimaginably spacious, and with a literally endless supply of wine, Kupo. In spite of this, or possibly because of the last part, the gods eventually became discontented and started squabbling, which made life jolly difficult for the poor Mughals. So good King Mughal XII, may his glorious name live forever, decreed that the time had come to leave Kupo. The realm of man would suffice, he said, so all the Mughals should live there instead. Unfortunately, the two realms are so far apart that we couldn't safely fly down. But good King Mughal XII, may his miraculous foresight ever be praised, knew exactly what to do, Kupo. He had a rope, you see, the longest one ever woven. This he nobly held with his subjects climbed all the way down to the world below. And that is how we Mughals came to this land, Kupo. All of us except good King Mughal XII, may his courageous sacrifice never be forgotten. He alone would remain in the heavens so that Mughal kind might at last know peace. Except that he has not remained in the heavens from what I understand. That being your reason for contacting us, yes? I'll bet he tied the rope to something. Good thinking. Remind me again what the problem was with him returning to Eorzea? The problem, Ida, lies in the fact that he was summoned. It is our belief that good King Mughal XII is a myth made manifest by a means akin to those employed by the beast tribes in the summoning of their gods. Wait, you're saying a handful of Mughals with a boatload of crystals wished really hard and he just sort of appeared? Would that even work? What I cannot fathom is why they would even try. With Garuda humbled and the Ultima weapon destroyed, what new threat could have prompted them to take so drastic a measure? Might that not in itself be the answer? Twice in the last half-decade, Eorzea has been brought onto the very brink of destruction, only to be spared at the last by the heroics of a chosen few. To you who braved those tempests and survived by virtue of your own strength, this latest period of peace will doubtless seem a welcome respite. But to those who had not the power to defend themselves, who were spared only by another's grace, this is merely the calm before the storm. I think the Mughals' guard are afraid of what tomorrow will bring, and that things may not end so well as they did yesterday. The fear has driven them to call upon the greater power, one they believe can be relied upon to protect their loved ones and their homes come what may. I assure you, the Mughals' guard only want to protect the forest from outsiders, but ever since the return of good King Mughal XII, may his boundless grace fill our hearts with love, they've started to get a little carried away, Kupo, verging on a lot in fact. Like the sylphs who summoned Ramu, you mean? We cannot discount the possibility that this entity is influencing the Mughals in a manner similar to that of a primal. We share this same concern. Whoever or whatever the king may be, it is our belief that he poses a threat not only to Mughal kind, but to Gridania as a whole. Thus do we beseech you, Mateo, confront good King Mughal XII and drive him from our midst. Humbly do I thank you. The sanctuary of the Mughals' guard and their liege lord is concealed by magical wards. Brother Isumiyan of the Conjurers Guild will doubtless be able to offer insight on how they might be dispelled. Pray seek his counsel ere you proceed any further. Welcome, Mateo, welcome. That you should be the one to face good King Mughal XII is of great comfort, to me and to the elementals both. Yes, as I am sure you know, the Mughals are not by their nature a warlike race, yet should the king be suffered to remain, it is like that his influence will bring about a change in them. Thus, does it behoove us to defeat him quickly before any lasting damage is done. Make whatever preparations you deem necessary and inform me when you are ready to seek the king. Level 50, you have selected Regicide. Brother Isumiyan would unfold to you the secrets of good King Mughal XII's magical defenses. The wards bearing access to the king's sanctuary can only be nullified through the use of enchanted keystones, the self-same method employed 5 years ago when first the king was summoned to Eorzea. It was with great regret that we were forced to sanction the slaying of the guardians who then held the keystones, for none were in our possession at the time. By the grace of the elementals, however, we have been spared that burden on this occasion. Kuplakop confided in me that he had been entrusted with a set of keystones by the Mughals guards themselves. Yet wishing not to betray their confidence, he begged me to find some other means to gain entry to the king's sanctum. Alas, I have been unable to do so, and dare not labor any longer. For fear that the Mughals might succumb to the corrupting influence of their liege lord, we must needs have Kublai Khan's keystones, Matteo. Pray go to him and beg his assistance. He awaits you at West Shore Pier. Impress upon him our great need, and I am certainly he will yield. Your accrued achievement points have earned you an achievement certificate. Certificates may be exchanged for a special reward of your choice by speaking with Jonathas. Wait lang. Time skip. Ayun. Let's continue. Kublai Khan. So, how will you do it, Kupo? Oh, he told you about that? Well, if there truly is no other way, I'll do it, Kupo. Take the ferry to Sweet Bloom Pier. I'll go on ahead. Don't you dare lie to me, Kupo. I know what you're planning, and I won't allow it. Open your eyes, Kupo. The king will never be satisfied, no matter how many crystals you bring him. We offered you a choice, and this is how you repay us by consorting with this here? Imperials, Gridanians, Sylphs, you're no different from the rest of them. Actually, you're worse, Kupo. Traitor to his king's Mughals, he plots treasons against the crown. Enough, Kuplo Cup will answer for his crimes. Soon enough, as will all who defy the will of good King Mughal XII. May he reign forevermore, Kupo. They're huge! The king is planning to purge the 12's wood of his enemies, Kupo. We've got to stop him before it's too late. The entrance to Thorn March is deep within the Bramble Patch, Kupo. If you take me there, I can nullify the ward. But be warned, the Mughal's guard has set traps to lure enchanted beasts. I can't hide from them, so you'll need to protect me, Kupo. What guarding entails? Certain duties require that you escort an NPC to a designated location while guarding them from enemy attacks. You should stray too far from the NPC or they attack, they will stop moving. Failing to guard an NPC. The escort attempt will fail if the NPC is incapacitated, or you stray too far from them, or you change areas. In the event of failure, you may return to the starting point to try again. Let's go. The rest is up to you, Kupo. Now go and teach those foolish Mughals a lesson and send the king back whence he came. Thorn March. Okay, now we wait. Alright, time skip. Let's do this. Oh snaps, it's a full party! Hi, we finally made it. You did it, Kupo, you did it! Good King Mughal Mog the 12th, may his mighty soul rest in pieces no more. I shudder to think what might have happened had you not stopped the Mughals' guard when you did. Thank you, Matteo. Perhaps now they'll come to their senses and stop playing at fairy tales. Rest assured that the chieftain will have choice words for them too. You should go and tell Puknipak that the king is no more, Kupo. She's with Rayao at Camp Tranquil and can relay the news to the chieftain. I am Raya Osena, a Pajal of Gridania, as you might discern from the horns on my head. My name may be unfamiliar to you, but doubtless you know of my sister. That would be Kan-E Senna, Elder Seed Seer of Gridania and Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder. Together we are known as the Three Seed Seers, my sister, myself, and our younger brother Arun Senna. Among my myriad titles, I am proud to call myself a practitioner of white magic, which is the art of healing. This is an art for which we have no small need. The 12's Wood has been made to suffer unspeakable pains. From the calamity to unending conflicts with the beast tribes to exploitation of the hands of our own people, it is my duty and my calling to provide succor, and I do it gladly. Do I dare believe my ears? Good King Mughal Mog the 12th, may his magnificent virtue serve as an example to us all, has fallen? All Mughal kind owes you a debt, Kupo. And I sense Raya O wishes to congratulate you as well. I shall let you two speak without fear of interruption. On the properties of Primals, Raya Osena wishes to congratulate you on your victory over Good King Mughal Mog the 12th. Your bravery in service to the 12's Wood and her Mughal shall not be forgotten, Matteo. My sister will doubtless wish to hear the tale of this great victory from the mouth of the man responsible. Pray return to the Lotus Stand and treat her to a full account of the day's events, while the details are yet fresh in your mind. Mateo, you are returned to us, unharmed and victorious. Thus, I have two reasons to be glad. Yet many questions remain unanswered. If you would be so kind as to oblige me, I would fain hear all that occurred in Thornmarch. Then it is as we feared. The king really is a primal. But he really isn't, is he? I mean, the Mughals don't worship him, for one thing. He's not even a god to them. That doesn't sound like any primal I've ever heard of. Then mayhap the fault lies with the definition. The fact remains that through a combination of the power contained in crystals and the force of their collective faith, the Mughals called forth a being that by rights should not exist. Moreover, when slain, said being left no corpse, the aether which comprised him instead being scattered to the four winds. According to the accepted definition, he may not be a primal, but the mode of his manifestation was in every respect the same. Which means, Asians, this whole business reeks of their handiwork. Papa? They said it was a masked man who had taught them how years ago, but Gridania has no shortage of masked men, and I never thought to question. Confound it all. How many more will they ensnare with their tainted gifts? Too many, I fear. So long as there are paragons to stir the embers, fools to build the pyre, and crystals to feed the flames. Ever and again shall we suffer primal visitation. A somber thought, but a salutary one. My heartfelt thanks, Mateo. Already, the information you have provided has proven invaluable. The Grand Serpent Marshal and I have much to discuss. Oh, before you do, my lady, I was hoping we might finish discussing that other matter. The matter of which you speak has even now been settled. The Scions shall not want for support. We shall be glad to send additional supplies to Revenant's Toll. We knew we could count on you, my lady. While Ida and I remain to discuss the particulars of our arrangement with the Elder Seedseer, mayhap you could return to the Waking Sands and apprise the antecedent of all that has transpired? It is good to see you hale and healthy, Mateo. I received word from Ida and Papalimo that you had felled good King Mughal Mog XII. but I had hoped to hear your version of the tale. So, it was as they said, summoned with the same methods used by the beast tribes and taught by the ASEANs. Though unfortunate, this incident did at least serve to remind the elder Seedseer of our usefulness. Her offer of additional support could not have come at a better time. My thanks, Mateo. The Gifted. The time has come at last to leave Vesper Bay, and Minfilia would apprise you of the final details of the move. Not yet. Minfilia has need of your talents for a re-emerging primal problem. I know you have scarce had the chance to rest, but I'm afraid there is still work to do. The Ultima weapon's destruction would seem has served to embolden the beastmen, who now seek to call down their gods once more. Even as we speak, the Amalja, the Exile, and the Kobolds are making preparations for their respective summoning rites, and that is but the half of it. Much to our dismay, all three tribes were somehow able to procure vast quantities of crystals. Oh, my turn to say something? Basically, this means the Primals will be stronger than they were before. Far, far stronger. Their previous incarnations will seem as pale imitations. The beast tribes, we believe, began hoarding crystals with a vengeance in the wake of the Ultima weapon's maiden appearance. You will remember that at the time it devoured 3 primals in one sitting. The Grand Companies are aware of the potential primal outbreak. Alas, due to the losses they incurred to ensure the success of Operation Archon, they are ill-equipped to take any meaningful measures. After deliberations, the leaders concluded that they must needs turn to us once more. To thee. The etheric waves that were observed in Mordona do not appear to bear a connection to any beast tribe. Yet much and more still remains beyond our knowing. We must be prepared for all possibilities. I'm loath to send you into the midst of danger again so soon, but none have proven themselves more capable against the primals than you. Will you undertake this mission? You have my thanks. I truly do not know what we would do without you. Go ahead, Thancred. With circumstances as they were, I haven't had the chance to properly express my gratitude. I owe you my life. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. A string of failures had left me feeling powerless. I wanted to be stronger, that I might do right by my fellow scions. But instead I caused you all no end of grief and suffering. I swear to you, it shan't happen again. Owing to everyone's ministrations, I am quite recovered now. I hope to return to my duties again soon. Thancred's return marks the beginning of a new chapter for the Scions. Let us renew the fire in our hearts and continue to press ever forward. Now then, back to the matter of the Primals. With no fewer than 3 of the beings threatening to appear, it is easy to feel overwhelmed. We must take it one sure step at a time. Urianger has the overview of the situation as it stands. Please speak with him to receive guidance on your mission. Such knowledge as I possess of the beast tribes and their primals is at thy disposal. Whether man or beastman, we are wont to seek power when plunged into the black depths of despair. That despair doth begin with the Amalja, who may have already summoned forth Ifrit. With our comrade Thancred now returned, thou wouldest do well to seek his counsel. If Ifrit bleeds, we can kill it. Thancred wants you to vanquish Ifrit and has information that will help you to arrange an encounter. Confirmation has just arrived from the Immortal Flames. This, as Urianger said, I fear, the Amalja have already summoned Ifrit. A confrontation with the Lord of Inferno is inevitable. I would like nothing more than to lend you my blade, but the students of 𝙵𝙸𝙽𝙽 insisted that I refrain from taking to the field where it concerns primals. I know not the workings of it, but it would seem that recent events have left me especially susceptible to tampering. As much as I hate missing out on the fun, for everyone's sake, I must sit this one out. Instead, I will focus on gathering and analyzing data. Now that the Immortal Flames have already conducted a preliminary investigation into Ifrit, they may well have information that will be of use to you. Do pay a visit to the Hall of Flames and speak with the Commander Swift. One last thing before you depart. Doubtless you remember Minfilia's words, but this Ifrit is a far cry from the primal you first defeated. You will want to assemble your most dependable comrades for the mission. Be safe, my friend. Lieutenant Dracolion, we thank you for coming. The Flame General will be heartened to hear that you have answered the call. As we have already relayed to the Waking Sands, Ifrit is returned. For the sake of peace in the region, we humbly request that you vanquish him. The primal is to be found in his domain, the Bowl of Embers. To get there, you must use the Beastman Aetheryte found within the depths of Zaharak, the Amalja stronghold. The Amalja have constructed their own Aethernet from the salvaged Aetherite shards. This being the case, you should be able to use it without problem. Doubt you already know this from your fellow scions, but the present incarnation of Ifrit is far stronger than the last. Facing him with any fewer than 7 of your stoutest comrades will be ill-advised. That is all the intelligence we have to share. The rest is in your hands. I shall pray for your victory and safe return. And now we wait. Timestamp. Timestamp. Ayan na. Let's do this. Ano kaya itong Inferno Weapon Coffer? Let's see now. Oh, we got a Grimoire. in for Garuda Awakening. Papalimo would have you vanquish Garuda, who has returned, stronger and bloodthirstier than before. Ah, Mateo, I hear you have triumphed over Ifrit. Of course, this is no less a feat than I would expect of a warrior of light, but well done all the same. Now, I full had a mind to crack open a bottle of 1547 Bacchus, but the celebration must keep. Garuda, I'm afraid to say, has also returned. As you well know, Garuda's appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals. Not to dishearten you, but in her latest incarnation, that appetite has become nigh insatiable. In short time since her return, she has already wreaked tremendous havoc. You must send her back to the ether before she can do any more damage. In the meantime, Ida and I will assist the Order of the Twin Adder in their recovery effort. When you previously faced Garuda, 'twas the Enterprise that bore you through the storm that shielded her domain. Well, that storm is a spring breeze beside what she has raised this time. No airship could hope to penetrate it. So, we must count ourselves fortunate that the Order of the Twin Adder chanced to discover a beastman aetheryte leading to the Howling Eye. Before you do aught else, I suggest you pay a visit to Adder's nest and have words with Commander Hulua. He will be able to tell you about the said aetheryte, among other things. Make no mistake, the Lady of the Vortex will prove a formidable opponent, but I believe that you can weather the storm. May the 12 keep you. But I believe that you can weather the storm. May the 12 keep you safe. Ah, Mateo, of the Scions, we are grateful for your aid. As you will already know, the accursed Ixal have summoned Garuda once more. Since her return, she has wasted no time unleashing her fury upon the region. Extensive damage has been reported in both the 12th and Kerthas. She must be stopped, and soon lest more lives to be lost. In the name of the Elder Seedseer, I humbly request you put an end to her reign of terror. As in the past, Garuda keeps her court within the Howling Isle, which is perpetually protected by a raging tempest. Fortunately, we have learned of an alternate way into her domain. The Exile have constructed an aetheryte within Nathalan, their stronghold in the central highlands of Kerthas. This aetheryte will take you to Garuda's tempestuous realm. We owe this discovery to the Ishgardians, who the Elder Seedseer says desired to repay the kindness you showed them. For the sake of our people as well as theirs, may your mission be met with success. Okay, and now we wait again. I'm Stamp again. Okay, last one. In a Titan spot, Y'shtola would entrust you with the titanic task of defeating a greatly strengthened Titan. So both Ifrit and Garuda are now vanquished by your hands. Truly, you have earned yourself a rest. Would that you had the luxury of time to enjoy it. It pains me to say that Titan is also returned, and with a vengeance. As was the case with his primal brethren, he has grown stronger than he was before. When I went about my investigation, all indications suggest that the kobolds were nowhere near ready to resume their summoning rites. But it turns out they were deceiving us. I should have known better. The kobold subterranean domain runs deep, and they can easily hoard crystals, with our being none the wiser. And a vast hoard it must have been. Till now, Garuda was the most powerful among the three recently active primals. But according to our latest readings, Titan has usurped that honor. A primal's might is determined by two factors: the amount of crystals it has gorged upon and the fervor of its believers. I would like nothing more than to measure precisely how strong the Lord of Crags has become. But I fear that the time for such prudence has run out. We have already received an official request for assistance from the Maelstrom, and as you might expect, it is addressed to you. For your previous encounter with Titan, you traveled to his demesne, his place, by way of aetheryte first discovered by the company of heroes. Sad to say, this aetheryte no longer seems to respond. But do not despair, Mateo. The Maelstrom has reportedly found another in its place. You will want to speak with Commander Riki at Maelstrom Command for the details. I cannot stress this enough, but Titan has grown fearsome strong. See to it you spare no preparation. Ah, Mateo of the Scions, your presence is most welcome. I'm chagrined. I'm chagrined that we must turn to you again to lay Titan low. No doubt this is yesterday's news to you, but the Lord of Crags has returned more ferocious and formidable than he was before. We cannot fathom how the kobolds were able to obtain such vast stores of crystals, and in so short a time. We will learn the answer in the coming moons, I suspect, but first things first. We need you to vanquish Titan before he and the kobolds have a chance to wreak havoc in Limsa Lominsa. You have failed the primal before, and we believe that you can emerge victorious once more. We've learned of a new aetheryte that will take you to the navel. It's situated deep within Ugamaro mines, not the most convenient of locations, admittedly, so we'll have cut yourself a path. Please make all haste. Titan's mere presence emboldens the kobolds, and 'tis only a matter of time before they move in force against us. May the navigator guide you on your way, Mateo. Ito na yung last dungeon ko for part 15. So, ito na yung last. For now. And now we wait again. Timestamp. Ayun na nga, guys. Frag Weapon Coffer. Tingnan natin to. The Greater Key of Titan. Oh, astig. So, ayun na nga guys, yan muna ang part 15 ng Final Fantasy XIV Online for Nintendo Switch 2. Until next time, ciao!